This one-eyed girl is just so ruthless. She whacks Nano, knocking her out cold. Right after that, she shoves Nano off the rooftop of the school. All those guys wearing masks swarm around in an instant. Isn't it weird? How could such a nasty thing happen on school grounds? What on earth could be the deep grudge between them? And why are there so many masked people all over the school? The new student welcome party at this school is a real blast. The student who gets the crown on their head breaks into a hot dance right away. The whole place goes wild. When the crown is placed on Nano's head, Nano starts dancing. Who would have thought the crown would slip and cover Nano's eyes? Unable to see a thing, Nano bumps into the drummer. The drummer is left in an awkward spot and has to halt his drumsticks. But Nano is quick-witted. She casually plops the crown onto the drummer's head, cleverly diffusing the awkwardness. The drumming resumes, and everyone gets back to dancing merrily. After the welcome party, Nano thanks the drummer who helped her out of the fix. Coincidentally, someone is filming them at that moment, and that's how Nano and the drummer, Han, get to know each other. In this school, students are obliged to be in a relationship. Jer, the cameraman, gives Nano and Han a couple name, Hanno. He then asks them to make a heart gesture like a lovey-dovey couple and shout out the name of their couple combo together. Subsequently, the video of Nano and Han gets posted online. Boy, the likes and followers pour in nonstop. Everyone thinks they're a match made in heaven. But there's one person who gives this video a thumbs down. Who is it? It's Yui, Han's secret girlfriend. Yui and Han have been dating on the sly. When Yui sees Han and Nano hyping up as a couple, she gets all jealous. After all, she's the real deal when it comes to Han. Yui asks, Han, do you like social media more than me? Han replies, sure. It's plain as day that Han is more into the likes on social media and the glamour of being a school celebrity. That's why he's reluctant to stop hyping up as a couple with Nano. Han is actually too timing. To placate Yui, Han vows to Yui that his thing with Nano is just for show and that Yui is his soulmate and the love of his life. But Yui still doesn't feel at ease. She asks Han to pinky swear that nothing improper will happen between him and Nano. However, before Han can even hook his pinky, his phone rings. He gets up and bolts without a word, leaving Yui feeling utterly disappointed. Han left in such a hurry because Nano had gone missing. He's scurrying around looking for Nano like his butt's on fire. Jer is following behind with his camera. Suddenly, a cry for help comes from the girls' toilet. A group of people rush into the toilet, but the floor of it is as slippery as an ice rink. They topple over one after another. Nano is shouting for help inside. Han is frantic. He kicks the door of the girls' toilet open and dashes in to scoop Nano up. By this time, Nano has passed out. Han cups Nano's face, shouting and shaking her. Finally, he wakes her up. Nano is really spooked. She clings to Han tightly and won't let go. The classmates start heckling right away. At this time, Nano realizes she's lost her composure. She quickly lets go and stands up to explain that she's just so glad to have been rescued and means nothing else. Han replies, "It's no big deal. Nano, the daughter of Satan, is actually getting bullied and locked up in the bathroom." Attentive Han notices that Nano's hands are shaking like crazy. Nano explains that she's scared out of her wits. The classmates start yapping again, hollering hold her hand, hold hands. But Han, with a dead serious face, we ain't a real couple. We gotta keep some space. And the teasing just gets louder, with everyone shouting, "Get together." This time, Han tries to weasel out, saying, "What if Nano's got a boyfriend? It ain't right." Nano looks at Han all lovey-dovey and says, "I don't have a boyfriend. What about you? You got a girlfriend?" Han's in a real tight spot and doesn't know how to answer. Nano, being the sweetheart she is, bails him out. "I know we're a fake couple. Thanks for saving me. I'm gonna split." But right then, Han stops Nano. "You wanna be my girl?" Nano blushes like a tomato and shyly says yes. Then she turns her head and gives Yui this really strange smirk. Do you reckon Nano's about to start playing with people's hearts all over again? What kind of deal do you need to cut to be Nano's boyfriend? Well, it sounds easy peasy, but it's a real tough nut to crack. You gotta stick by her side 24/7 and never take a step away. Han's all smiles and takes the deal, and just like that, he's Nano's boyfriend. After that, the likes about them on social media are shooting up like a rocket. Nano's the bee's knees in school. Teachers and classmates are all over her. The teachers even writes a poem to bless her and Han, saying they're like a couple straight out of a fairy tale and hoping they'll never part ways. There are more and more fans of the Hano couple in school too. With all those fans, there's a whole bunch of merch. There are pillows with the couple's mugs on them, masks with their faces, plus fans, bottles of water, pens, bags, you name it. And it all gets snapped up by the fans in a heartbeat. Over on the other side, Yui asks Han to meet. Han's just about to head to the meetup when Nano pops up out of nowhere, with Jer hot on her heels, filming with a camera. This school is super laid back. Girls can just waltz into the boys' dorm. Nano strolls into Han's dorm and plops down on his bed. Turns out Nano had a bad dream and came looking for some comfort. You gotta admit, the way Nano and Han are vibing is starting to look a lot like a real couple. Nano even whips up a bento for Han herself, with the Hano couple photo stuck on the lunchbox and the water cup. The likes and the number of fans on social media are still climbing like crazy. Nano and Han are always flaunting their love in public. Yui, Han's real girlfriend, is green with envy seeing this. Han tries to explain to Yui that it's all for the fans' likes and nothing more. I ain't having it no more? She forces Han to dump Nano. Han, being all hung up on those likes and followers, don't want to do it, he says to Yui. Give me 2 days to wrap this up. But this time, Yui ain't buying it. Han's got no choice but to hold out his pinky for a pinky swear. And just then, Nano barges in with a crew of people, with Jer right there filming. The three of them are just staring at each other. The classmates are also gobsmacked seeing this, thinking, why is Nano's boyfriend sneaking around with Yui? Nano's boyfriend is actually two-timing in public. Nano bursts into tears and runs out. At the urging of the classmates, Han leaves Yui behind and immediately gets up to chase after Nano. Han spills the beans and says it's all just an act and not to take it seriously. But strangely enough, Nano, who was crying so sadly before, suddenly starts laughing hysterically. Then she asks Han coldly, "Do you think I'm sad? I knew about you and Yui from the very beginning. You just wanted those likes, so I gave you a hand." Han finally realizes it and says he wants to break up with Nano. Unexpectedly, Nano then pretends to be sad and says, "If you break up with me, I'll tell everyone that you hurt me and Yui is the third party. Your popularity will definitely decline." Han gets so angry that he turns around and leaves. Nano looks at his back with a smile on her face. "Good luck, Han." This time, Nano, the daughter of Satan, has toyed with human nature once again. After the video is posted on social media, Yui suffers from extremely severe cyberbullying. Han and Yui decide that they must quickly find a way to make Nano break up. When Nano is playing basketball, a boy runs over and sticks close to Nano. Then a series of seemingly intimate photos are taken. What would you do if your boyfriend was snatched away? Yui arranges a boy to get close to Nano and takes the opportunity to snap their intimate photos. Under the cover of darkness, Yui secretly sticks the photos one by one on the school windows. She just wants to ruin Nano's reputation and make her unable to stay in school. But unexpectedly, a flash goes off behind her. Faces with Hano masks appear one by one behind Yui, like ghosts. They hold up their mobile phones and start taking pictures of Yui like crazy. Every classmate is wearing a Hano mask. It's a really scary scene. Yui bravely stands on a table and questions them. "Are you all crazy? I'm warning you." But before Yui can even finish her warning, the classmates start throwing plates of food at her. And Han, the main character of the mask, just stands there blankly and doesn't dare to do anything. Yui is so badly bullied that she runs to the bathroom to wash her clothes. She thinks to herself that she is Han's real girlfriend. Han comes over to comfort Yui. Yui believes that Han just wants more likes and followers, so she became the third party. She thinks it's all Nano's fault. The more Yui thinks about it, the angrier she gets. She throws her clothes hard into the sink and then asks Han for Nano's contact information. Yui, whose boyfriend was snatched away, wants to teach Nano a lesson. But unexpectedly, it's not Nano who comes, but a group of fans wearing Hano masks. These fans trap Yui and lock the door. Two fans come up and grab Yui's arms. Another one goes crazy and starts punching and kicking Yui. In no time, Yui is beaten black and blue and looks really pitiful. Han is also sad when he sees Yui like this. He knows it's all Nano's doing behind the scenes. In order to get rid of Nano completely, Han has the idea of killing her. Han writes a note asking Nano to meet on the top floor. Nano sees the note and throws it away with great disdain. She is Nano, the daughter of Satan. She's immortal and not afraid of Han. Nano then swaggers to the top floor, but as soon as she arrives, she is knocked unconscious by Yui, who is hiding there. Then with a thud, Nano falls from the top floor and lies in a pool of blood. It looks really scary. Han rushes out from the crowd and holds Nano, pretending to cry very sadly. The Nano fans also start crying. Yui on the top floor is trembling with fear. The ambulance arrives soon. Nano is wrapped in a white plastic sheet and taken into the ambulance. Nano, the daughter of Satan, is immortal and specializes in punishing bad people. Everyone thinks Nano is dead. Han is very happy and finds Yui and says that everything is finally over and they can finally start a new life. But unexpectedly, Yui says that it's not her who killed Nano. Yui says that Nano was sitting on the roof and said to her, "Thank you for making me and Han be together forever." Then she jumped by herself. In the following days, the two of them plan to pretend to be very sad, but things don't always go as planned. Han receives a text message and goes to the hospital. The hospital is full of fans wearing Nano masks. It turns out that Nano is not dead but has become a vegetative state and needs someone to take care of her for the rest of her life. The doctor asks if anyone is willing to take care of her for a lifetime.
มีค่ะที่พี่ฮั่นแฟนแนโนค่ะว่าจะอยู่ด้วยกันตลอดไป
The Nano fan group answers for Han. You could say that be together forever is like a curse. Han can never get rid of Nano now. He is so scared that he collapses on the ground. The fan group keeps repeating, "As my boyfriend, the first rule is to never leave me. So remember, don't make promises casually." Han will have to spend his whole life with Nano's clone. This is the price he has to pay for his actions. This is the 5th episode of the Thai drama girl from nowhere. Nano's greatest ability is that she can easily arouse people's desires and then give the most severe punishment to those who have ulterior motives. Okay, that's all for this episode. We'll continue to watch Nano next time. Remember to like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye!